In the 1800s, the state of Texas had a very German population. The Germans have places around us like New Braunfels, Bernie, and Fredericksburg. Very German names. We do celebrate Wurstfest and Oktoberfest, so we love beer. They come to San Antonio and they want a way to worship in their native language, so they built St. Joseph's Catholic Church. And St. Joseph's had Mass every single day in German, now it's only once a month. Everybody look high and to the right, high and to the right. You're going to see a really pointy roof with a cross on top.
There.
High and to the right. There you go. That is St. Joseph's steeple.
Okay.
So they still have Mass once a month in German. Alright, who likes animals? Raise your hand. Lovely. I love animals as well. So we do have them in this river. We have fish, we have ducks, we have geese, we have turtles, and we have snakes. They are called water moccasins, otherwise known as cottonmouths. They are very venomous. Please do not pet the snakes. Also, do not fall into the river. About 3 people a day fall into this river because they have either irresponsibly consumed alcohol or they're just clumsy. If you are either, stay away from the water. I beg you. If I see you in the water later, I'm going to pretend I don't know you. I love you, but I got street cred to think about. Alright. One Okay. We're going to talk about a party that we threw in 1968. Now this party was called Hemisphere 68, a World's Fair. We had 7 million people come into town. It was pretty insane. But we did not have enough room for all these people. We didn't even realize that until it was too late. It was already 9 months before. Look straight ahead. You see the Hilton Palacio del Rio Hotel straight ahead of the boat. So it's very blocky, very modularly designed hotel. Now this is on purpose. This guy H.B. Zachary said, San Antonio, you got so many people coming, no room, let me build you a hotel very quickly. Every single room he built individually. They had their own air conditioning, indoor plumbing, and electricity. They had pictures on the walls, beds, furniture, even Bibles in the nightstands and towels in the bathroom. Then he put them on flatbed trucks and drove them here to San Antonio, Texas, to stack them one on top of the other, just like Legos. Now the first 4 floors were built on site, the rest were stacked. Now you're probably thinking, Emily, that took forever to build, didn't it? Nope. Look to the right-hand side, you guys see this lovely bunch of people waiting to go on a tour boat. Behind them is a ticket booth. That's 1 room, 3 windows, no plumbing. That took 18 months to build. The 500-room Lego hotel on the other side took 7 months, 202 working days to build that massive hotel. Hey guys, remember to keep your conversations at a low level. I'm hearing y'all and then I'm getting confused. Thanks guys, keep it low level. Up ahead of us, on the left, is La Villita. La Villita means little village. This little village was the first Spanish settlement in 1722. This is where the soldiers that were stationed at the Alamo would stay with their families. Then when we had our Battle of the Alamo, this is where Santa Anna had his cannon line. So if we were in the battle right now, he'd be shooting at us because the Alamo is behind us. We would not be happy. We'd have a cannonball in the boat. And for 12 and 13-day siege, the cannons were never silent, constantly firing on our boys at the Alamo. Now, who's seen the movie Miss Congeniality? Raise your hand. Oh, you're going to love this. Look to the right-hand side. You see there's a stage there. That stage was in the movie. That's where they had the bikini contest scene, and all those beautiful women were up there talking about how all they wanted was world peace. So Sandra Bullock and Michael Caine were both up there on that stage. Now you've been to a movie set on the river. All right. And this boat up here on the left-hand side is one of our city boats, maintaining our river, keeping it pretty and clean. So they're doing some landscaping. Up ahead on the right, you're going to see a cowboy running some longhorn cattle up the hill. That belongs to the Briscoe Western Art Museum. Briscoe opened in 2013, but before it was the Briscoe, it was a circus museum. By circus, I mean lions, tigers, bears, oh my kind of circus. And before that, it was a library. So we're very big on conservation here in San Antonio, Texas. We love to reuse and recycle buildings. If you go in there, not only will you find amazing works of art and paintings of the Western world, but you'll find a stagecoach, Pancho Villa's last known saddle, and even a section dedicated to the Circus Museum. Now we're going to go underneath this bridge, guys. Remember, do not reach up and touch it. It will hurt you. It is cast iron. No one is tall enough that they need to duck. Don't worry. I got you. This bridge is also all the way from Berlin, Connecticut. Y'all thought it was so cool for a second. You thought Berlin, Germany. Berlin, Connecticut. On our right-hand side, you guys see there's a diamond-shaped sculpture. That is Father Massenet's table. Father Massenet was the first priest to celebrate Mass on the river in 1691. He celebrated it on St. Anthony de Padua's feast day. That is why we're called San Antonio, St. Anthony. The island that it sits on is called Marriage Island, and Marriage Island dates back to the Mexican Revolution. There's about 300 wedding ceremonies and proposals on that island every single year. I saw an entire wedding yesterday, the day before, and the day before that. So it is very well used. Now, speaking of islands, the land to the right-hand side of us, that is completely surrounded by the San Antonio River. We're going to do one full lap around it by the time we are done today with our tour. So we have our own little big island here in San Antonio. On our left-hand side, you're going to see a giant tower with a flagpole on top. That is our Tower Life building, built by the Smith Young brothers in 1929 for $3 million. They were very superstitious men, so they put gargoyles on the very, very top. Do you see them sticking out up there? They're about 6 feet long. Now look directly underneath the first windowsill in pairs of two. They're ugly little faces. Do y'all see them? Right underneath the first windowsill, and pairs of two, and on the corner they're by themselves. Little ugly faces. Those are called grotesque faces because they are gross, they are grotesque, they're nasty. They are meant to ward off evil spirits, bad juju, bad luck, all the rest. But it didn't work because in 1929 we have our Great Depression. They have to sell the $3 million building for $300,000.
Wow.
That is pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you gotta keep your volume low, okay? Keep your volume low. Keep it low, please. Keep your volume low, please. All right, so they're turning it into luxury apartments. That's why they're doing all that work there now. All right, our boats are electric. We have to plug them in and charge them every night. We have 44 boats in our fleet. We are the largest electric boat fleet in the world, so you can mark that off your bucket list. Now check it out. Here's my favorite part. Nice. I love doing that. That is my favorite part of the tour. Honking the horn. That's so we don't get into a wreck. Now straight ahead, street level, you're going to see a big copper-colored building in the back. It's got a green roof and a beehive-shaped tower connected to it. That is the Bexar County Courthouse. Bexar County Courthouse was built in 1897, making it the oldest and largest county courthouse in the state of Texas. I've been there a few times. Some of y'all turn around way too quick to look at me. That was very judgmental. My goodness, it was for jury duty. Now underneath us is 20 feet of water. This is because in 1921 we had a massive flood. 50 people died and the water level was 10 feet above the street level. So the Army Corps of Engineers came in and built the flood channel. And then the Women's Conservation Society hired Robert Hugman, and he's the guy that flood-proofed the interior. We're going to talk about him in a little while. This river starts up north. I believe it's probably like 10 miles north of us right now. And so the river starts at the Blue Hole, which is at the University of the Incarnate Word, and it comes up from the ground. It's fed by the Edwards Aquifer, which is thousands of miles of lake underneath the city of San Antonio. So that's where it starts, and it ends up in the Gulf. It goes all the way to the ocean. Check it out, giant tree in front of us. This big tree is about 9 stories tall, has a circumference of 25 feet around. We call it the Ben Milam tree because Colonel Ben Milam escapes prison from Mexico in 1835. He comes up to San Antonio to help us fight in the Battle of Behar, and we win that battle. Mexico is not happy about that, so they sent a sniper to sit in that tree, and that sniper kills Ben Milam with a musket ball as he crosses the river. The next year we have our Battle of the Alamo, and that's one of the many reasons why we weren't too happy with Mexico. They killed our boy Ben. Up ahead on the right, for everybody 21 and older, there's the Esquire Tavern. Esquire opened in 1933, the day Prohibition ended, which means they had a speakeasy the whole time. And they claimed it was a barber shop. So you had men going in there 3, 4, 5 times a day for a haircut. Yeah, right, they were going in there for some whiskey. Hang on to your hats and everything you want to keep on your body, people. It's getting windy. Up in front of us, there's a blue sign that says Go Rio on our right-hand side. There's some railing. This is our Aztec dock, our Aztec location. We have 3 different locations to get on a boat with us here at Go Rio. This one is called the Aztec because the Aztec Theater is on our right-hand side, right behind them. In 1926, it was a silent black and white movie theater. Who's seen a silent black and white movie? Raise your hand. Major respect. Major respect, because those things are boring. Nah, I'm just kidding. Not all of them. However, they did fall out of style because now that is a venue for performing artists. People like Snoop Dogg and the Flock of Seagulls have played there. Are there any Selena fans on board? Any Selena fans? Yeah, there you go. Bitty bitty bum bum. Check it out. This is her bridge up in front of us. This is the Selena Bridge. Selena Quintanilla. If you don't know who she is, she's a famous, who she was. She was a famous Tejana pop star, very popular in the 80s and early 90s. And so this bridge that we're going under right now is her bridge. She was proposed to by her significant other, Chris Perez, on that bridge. And in the 1997 film Selena, starring J-Lo, J-Lo had a scene on that bridge in the movie. So now you've been to 2 movie sets on the same river. On our left-hand side is a white building with a bunch of balconies. That is La Mansión del Rio Hotel. But before it was La Mansión, it was an all-boys boarding school. Then it became St. Mary's University and St. Mary's University of Law. An alumni bought it and turned it into La Mansión. Now we're going to see a really, really cool optical illusion. Everybody look at Bubba Gump on the left-hand side. You're going to follow Bubba all the way up to the sky. It's going to look like a freestanding wall. You ready? And look up, look up, look up, to the left, to the left, to the left, all the way, all the way, all the way. Looks like a freestanding wall. That is not a freestanding wall. That is the Nix Hospital. The Nix opened in 1930. It was the first full-service hospital in the United States, which means they were the first to have indoor plumbing, air conditioning, and electricity. Can you imagine surgery before all of that? No thanks. So mamas from all over Texas came here to have their babies. People like Carol Burnett, Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North were born there, as well as my own auntie, and she said if I didn't add that in the tour, that I'd get in trouble. So now you know. In front of us is a white brick building with a bunch of windows. That is the Hyatt Regency Hotel, built in 1981. Only 16 stories high. If it was any higher, it would cast a shadow on the Alamo, and that is against the law. No shadows can be cast on our missions. It is very disrespectful to those who lost their lives in battle there. Up ahead on the right, you're going to see the Saltgrass Steakhouse, but I'm going to talk about the building that it's in. It is in the Casino Club building. The Casino Club was built in 1927. It was never a casino, and it still isn't a casino. So don't go get excited. However, it was a social club, then it became apartments. If you've ever read the book Roots, the author Alex Haley lived in those very apartments, as well as the actor Tommy Lee Jones. Now, you could live there too, you just gotta wait on a waiting list. That's about 20 years long. Only 20.
Looking for something about 350, maybe.
All right. So, we are in Restaurant Row. We have all kinds of food around us. We have Mexican food and barbecue. We got Mexican food and Tex-Mex. We got Mexican food and American food. We got Mexican food and Cajun food. We got Mexican food and Italian food. We got Mexican food and Asian food. We got Mexican food and German food. We got Mexican food and, did I say Mexican food? I did, thank God. I had to tell you we got a lot of it. Now, more about this guy, Hugman. He opens up the river in 1941. It's flood-proof, but nobody believes him. Look to the right-hand side. You see that cylinder brick building on our right? Cylinder brick building on our right? That was his office. By putting it there, he proves to everybody that it's safe to return. It's okay to come back. The first business back is Casa Rio on the right-hand side. Casa Rio opened up in 1946, 5 years after the Riverwalk did. Introduced riverside dining as well as barge dining. Oh, pigeon's trying to kill me today. Who's been to Casa Rio? Raise your hand. Not a soul. You guys gotta go, it's really tasty. If you missed the Lego Hotel the first time, it's directly in front of us. Alright, we're going to turn to the left. As we do, I want you to look street level to the left. Street level to the left, you're going to see a big red twisty sculpture up there. Y'all see it? Street level to the left, big twisty sculpture.
Yeah.
That is the Torch of Friendship. The Torch of Friendship was built by the sculptor Sebastian in 2002. Sebastian gave it to us as a gift from Mexico. Now, some people say it looks like a flaming torch. Some people say it looks like hands that are shaking in agreement. I had one lady, she got mad at me the other day, and she goes, "It just looks like a big ribbon." I said, "Madam, I did not make that sculpture, so I don't know why you're yelling at me. Look, guys, it's art, it's up to your own interpretation. Whatever you want it to be, it will be." Now, when we turned left, we exited the natural river, natural flow, entered into a completely man-made section. Underneath us is 3 feet of water with a concrete bottom. This is because in 1968, when we had our massive World's Fair, we had to make room for people, and so we extended the river all the way to the doors of the convention center for another form of transportation. In front of us is the Marriott Hotel, but the Marriott wasn't always there. In 1906 stood the Fairmont Hotel. Fairmont stood there from 1906 until 1985. And you're probably thinking, Emily, y'all destroyed it, didn't you? No. We put it on wheels, so we moved it down the street, of course. Giant pneumatic tires went from Bowie Street to Market Street to South Alamo and then to Nueva Street where it sits today. I'm going to get to it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. You're ahead of the game. I love it. And so it sits there today. You can go stay there if you'd like. It did make it into the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest building moved down city streets. In the middle of the river, you're going to see a lovely sculpture of a lady. That lovely lady is our stargazer. Citlali is her name. She was built by sculptor Pedro Reyes in 2022. Pedro made her out of 80 pieces of volcanic rock from Mexico. And in her hand, he put a little marble star so that she could gaze up at the cosmos with it. Now, as we turn left, we're going to look to the right. Look to the right. You're going to see a giant tower with a needle on top. That is our Tower of the Americas. The Tower of the Americas is 750 feet tall. It's got 952 steps. How fast do y'all think the fastest recorded time running up those steps is? Any guesses? What do y'all think?
An
Any
hour?
guesses? Throw me some numbers.
Hour.
Less than an hour. Less than 28. Less than 10. Less than 6. 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Was a 16-year-old boy from Roosevelt High School who in 1991 decided to run up all those steps, and he still has the record. No one's been able to beat him. And you can take the elevator up to the top of that tower and eat at the restaurant that spins 360 degrees every hour. So while you eat your food, you see the entire layout of San Antonio from your dinner table. And for 26 years, that was the tallest freestanding tower in the United States. Who's been to Las Vegas? Raise your hand. Oh, a boat full of traders. Because now they have the tallest freestanding tower. It is the Stratosphere. We are number 2. The Seattle Space Needle is number 3. Now we're entering River Center Mall. River Center Mall was built in 1988. It's got over 100 stores and restaurants, and one of them happens to be the IMAX Theater. What movie do y'all think they show every single day at the IMAX? Any guesses?
The Alamo.
The Alamo, yes ma'am. It is the Alamo. Now our boats are orange, and they have our boat is orange, and they have doves on them. We have actually 5 different boat designs here at Go Rio. We have this one. We have a sunshine boat. We have a 300 boat for our tricentennial year. We turned 300 years old in 2018. We have a missions boat with all 5 of our missions on it. Mission San Juan, San Jose, Espada Concepcion, and the Alamo. And we have our military boat, which is by far my favorite. Are there any military members on board? Active duty, retired veteran? Yeah, give a round of applause. Everybody clap right now. Thank you for your service. We love you. We appreciate you. And look at us. We have returned to where we started. Guys, if this does not look familiar, please stop drinking and seek help immediately. If it does look familiar, that means we had a good time. I definitely did. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. A couple quick things before I let you leave me all alone to cry. Please stay seated while I tie